All right, welcome back, everybody. Storms pushing through the Houston area. The radar active for hours with little signs of slowing down anytime soon. The rain has been heavy, but people are still able to get around. Water is starting to pond, though, in some location. So if you're heading out, maybe you shouldn't head out, okay?
Yeah, there are some spots that are more likely to flood than others. Take a look at this interactive map right here. We've compiled this showing high water spots all across Houston. It shows streets and underpasses that often flood when it rains. And you can find it right now on our website, khou.com.
Yeah, get down to your neighborhood.
Yeah.
The downpours lingering for a few more hours.
Yeah, Chris Ramirez is here. Walk us through what we're expecting.
Yeah, well, we're still seeing a final round of heavy rain that's falling. This is looking at the Galleria area. Rain is still pretty heavy. This is on top of the KHOU 11 studios on the roof of our building, and you really just can't see out of the horizon. You have the Williams Tower that's just to the right of your screen. You usually could see downtown in the distance, but it's just the visibility so low that we're seeing not really much out there. 61 degrees, northeast winds at 18 miles an hour. Radar is looking quite active, and like I said before, a flood advisory is in effect until 6:30 this evening. More of the heavier downpours are mostly focused on the eastern portions of town. I'm going to go ahead and show you closer towards the city of Houston. We have a final band of heavy showers that's moving through portions of the city. If you are in downtown right now, you're about to see more of that heavy rain just briefly here in the next maybe 15-20 minutes as this band that's stretching as far south as the Mission Bend area that includes Bunker Hill Village. You have those red colors. That's really indicates the heavier rainfall, and that is swiping through the city of Houston currently, and that's looking like the final band of the heaviest showers. Behind it, not much in terms of what's taking place. We have these breaks that's over Columbus. It's these breaks that really do give the opportunity for things to drain off as you see west of Houston. We still have some downpours just to the south of Gonzales, but was taking a track and looking at the storm that was south of Houston. This storm that's just south of Alvin, this had some pretty significant wind speeds with it. It did have 70-mile-an-hour winds. That's weakened significantly, so it's looking more likely Galveston is about to be impacted between 30 miles to 40-mile-an-hour wind speeds as we progress here in the next 15-20 minutes. So definitely seeing more of the heavier downpours south and east of Houston, even though Houston's still looking at some heavy rainfall currently at the moment. So the storm moving off towards the east. But as we look at the rain today, our neighborhood weather network, most of the heavier showers and downpours northwest of town. And as we take a look at the street level, Golden Hawk Trail off the Grand Parkway and 290, 4 inches of rain and exceeding that. So definitely still tracking some heavy rain. I'll have more for you in my full weather forecast. Back to you.
All right, see you then, Chris. A spot known for flooding and giving drivers issues when it rains is filling up once again.
Yeah, and the city is taking action, closing the underpass at Canal and Navigation. Trayson Bragg live there now with a closer look. Trayson.
That's right. I'm here in East Downtown near Canal and Navigation, right near the underpass. And first, let me address something. I am in the car, stuck in the car for a reason. That's because for about the last hour and a half, we have seen pretty consistent lightning strikes here in East Downtown. So my photographer and I are in the vehicle for safety, but we still wanted to show you what's going on here. So take a look. You can see the barricades are closed at this point, showing pretty much the whole story. High water, road closed, right? The underpass here is closed, as often happens whenever it rains, and I'm talking even a light rain here in this area. Now, if you are familiar with downtown, if you lived here, especially in East Downtown, you know whether it's a light rain or a heavy rain, this underpass is going to flood. Well, this week, officials are finally sharing why. They say that there is a 90-year-old damaged storm sewer a few feet underneath this underpass. Again, you heard me say damaged. They say that there is actually a project underway to repair it. Now, that is great news for folks who live and work in this area, because I tell you, since this underpass has been closed, it was very difficult driving here. Lots of traffic in this area because these lanes are very thin, right? Not a lot of lanes here, so folks can expect a lot of traffic if you're heading in this direction. Now, here's what we don't know. We don't know when the project will be completed. We're still waiting to learn that from officials, but for now, we're gonna stay in the vehicle until we can get outside and get you a closer look at all the water backing up here in the underpass. For now, I'll send it back to you, reporting live in Edo. I'm Trayson Bragg, KHOU 11 News.
Trayson Bragg staying safe in that car. Don't get out of there. Hey, we're going to continue our team coverage now, Jason. Miles also tracking conditions out there.
Yeah, Jesse, what are you seeing in Sugar Land?
Yeah, we just went through Sugar Land, heading into the Sugar Creek kind of area before we get to Stafford. We went through a pretty heavy band of rain 20 or 30 minutes ago, slacked off a little bit. Now the rain is heavy once again as we head inbound on 59, the Southwest Freeway. Most people taking their time as advised. Law enforcement and others also suggesting you please stay off your cell phones, pay attention to the road more carefully than you would perhaps on a dry, sunny day. We've seen some minor crashes as we've been out and about over the last 5 or 6 hours, including a person who careened or crashed into the middle barrier wall between the southbound and northbound lanes here along the Southwest Freeway. There was a DPS officer on the scene at one point. We've seen some wreckers helping other drivers, and another driver actually in a ditch off the Grand Parkway a little earlier. Fortunately, it appears as if no one was seriously injured in any of these incidents, but just another reminder to take your time in these conditions, stay off the roads if at all possible, and pay particular attention on the feeder roads because we've seen some ponding and water standing, especially on the right-hand lane on those feeder roads. So as we continue to monitor things, we will bring you the latest here from one of our weather trackers, guys.
All right, thank you so much. Be safe out there, Jason.